So last night I went ahead and yesterday evening, I went ahead and harvested some more lemons because I wanted to start a complete 5 tray set of lemons to be freeze dried. And I needed to get an idea of how many lemons I can do per tray so that when it comes to packaging these up for our customers, that I knew how much I was giving them exactly. Well, not really exactly, but as close to exactly as possible as far as how many lemons. Because let's face it, when it comes to those type of things, we're not thinking, oh, this is an 8-ounce lemon. The lemons are not even sold that way. They're usually by each. And so we have our fresh lemons on our website for 4 for $6 right now. But there are so many, y'all. There's so many lemons on just one tree, and we have 3 trees. 2 of the trees are making for the first time, and so those lemons are not as big, and it's not as many. But our first tree that we harvested from last year, it's its second time, and so the lemons are so many and large, and the pith issue that we had has for the most part been corrected. I've gathered a few that had a thicker pith, but for the most part that has been corrected, and so we'll continue to do that treatment with the bone meal every year until it's 100% corrected. So right now, going back, let me rewind a little bit. All right, so last night I sliced up a bunch of lemons, and each tray holds 3 to 4 lemons depending on the size of the lemons. Some of the lemons were larger, so on those trays we only ended up doing about 3-ish, 3.5, and on the smaller lemons it fit about 4. So that gives me an idea of how much that I will be having to include as far as cost, because we're thinking about electrical cost, we're thinking about packaging cost, we're thinking about the actual cost of the lemon itself, and then we're thinking about the labor, the work that has gone into washing the lemons, peeling them. I used a mandolin for most of it, and then a knife for other areas. We're leaving the skin on, so we had to wash them very well. Even though there's been no sprays or anything, birds do get in the tree, and birds will be birds. They will do what they do. And so wash them really good and scrub them down, and it was a lot longer than I anticipated it being. Hubby came in and he was like, okay, what were you planning for dinner? And I was like, oh, shoot, it's time to cook dinner, and I don't like to have multiple projects going on in the kitchen as far as like contamination issues. And so I will clean the kitchen completely and do a project and nothing else happens in the kitchen. And so that was fun. I was thankfully at the end point when I realized it was time to make dinner. And so he went ahead and started that as I wrapped up in here. And so it worked out. We had a wonderful shrimp Alfredo with salad and garlic toast. It was amazing. But I did put all of the trays with lids on in our overflow freezer indoors instead of using the one outdoors, because it was dark and the spiders and stuff tend to come out on the back when it's dark. And so I was not doing that. So I'm going to go and actually, no, let's go ahead and get our freeze dryer going to cooling. Yeah. And while that's doing that, then I can be doing some other things. And then we'll come back, we'll pull those trays out of the freezer and we'll see what they're looking like. and then we'll get them loaded into the freeze dryer when it's time. All right. It's the same 15 minutes. It usually takes about 15 minutes for it to be ready to receive the produce. So I'm gonna go get some things done. Okay, so on 2 of the trays, one and a half. So this tray here, you can see along this side, there's like pieces instead of full slices. So I did save the ends of the lemons, and I'm going to experiment with making like a lemon pepper or lemon salt type seasoning with those pieces. And this tray here is completely that. I did run out of lemons, and I wasn't gonna go back outside and be trying to harvest them in the dark because the spiders be all up in that tree. Let me close the drain valve. Make sure this door is completely closed. And now we're just gonna hit continue. And it says that it's freezing. Although, since these were pre-frozen, this part should go pretty quickly. We're gonna come back and show you the end result, and then we'll talk about how long it actually took for this process to take place. And we may even do some packaging with you too.